Hello students, here's your video guide for your next assignment. For this assignment, we will listen to a podcast, take some notes, and respond in a discussion post. And so as usual, everything you need is in the content folder. And we are still working on definitions, so you'll find all your resources here. Here's the podcast. It's by The Minimalist, and in this particular podcast, they are discussing values. They're defining and categorizing the values. Now, the podcast isn't 60 minutes long. You don't have to listen to all 60 minutes. You can start at minute 4.5 and stop at 21:30. So this is just a YouTube. It's not a video. It's just their audio. So just scroll it to where you need to be, start, and listen. The notes sheet is right here. It says values worksheet. So you will open that and take your notes. Okay. As they're defining, they have a beautiful metaphor of a house. So as they're defining the different values, you can jot your notes down here. And then you come over here to this worksheet and answer these questions. Okay. These questions are supposed to help you kind of figure out where you place your values, what gives you the most meaning and helps define your life somewhat. And then you'll go down here and you will list your 5 foundational values, 15 core, 10 minor, and 10 imaginary. And do this real quick reflection about what you learned from listening to this podcast. Okay? That will help you with the discussion, which is right here. My values. It's 2 parts to this discussion. 1, you will upload the values worksheet here. And 2, you will respond to this prompt. And it says, select one of the values from any of the 4 categories to explore in more depth. You will write a response in which you define the value, you argue its importance in your life, and you provide some evidence. Like, how is this value important? How does it give your life meaning? Or if it's an imaginary value, how does it cause trouble? Okay. And so you just basically tell a little story. Now, you should always have evidence. Anytime you have an argument, you have got to have evidence to support it. So, for example, if I argue that one of my foundational values is relationships, and so I would talk about my relationships that I have with, a spouse, my spouse, or my children, and what I do on a regular basis to help strengthen that relationship. And so I have to prove that that value matters to me by providing evidence. Okay, now as always, you need to look at Cicero's 6-part essay. So you need to have your intro, which has a hook. And the hook can be a definition of said value. It can be a story that you tell about how that value materializes in your life. You can create a simile where you say, relationships are like a seed planted in fertile soil. The more time, the more sunshine it has. When we give it the proper nutrients and care and love, the seed turns into a beautiful plant. Okay, something like that, but I'm sure you can think of something better with a little bit more time. Okay, so you need your intro with your hook. You define your value a little bit. You provide background information, which is explain why this value is important in your life. And then you have your claim or your thesis. Okay. And then your one body paragraph, which is the reason this value is important. And you provide solid, specific evidence. And then you wrap it up. Okay. It says you will have 500 plus words. Use formal language. And you respond to 2 peers. 2 peers. And I think that's it. Good luck.